be talking about the difference between proper, improper, and mixed fractions. Their parts, how to go from one to the other, and how to make a whole number out of a mixed number. So let's get started. Okay, so proper fractions are fractions where the top is smaller than the bottom. So the numerator is smaller than the denominator. This is a traditional fraction because it is saying I have less parts than a whole. I can't make a whole because I don't have enough. So let's look at some of these examples. 5/7. It's saying that 7 pieces are required to make a whole, but I only have 5. Okay, this is a traditional fraction. It's part of a whole, but it's not a whole amount. Okay, it's less than 1. All right, the same with 1/5, less than 1. I need 5, okay, whole pieces to make 1, but I only have 1 piece, so I can't make 1. I'm 1/5 of the way towards 1. All right, 1/3, I am 1/3 of the way to 1. Okay, 3 make 1, and I only have 1 piece. All right, so that's your traditional fraction. It's called a proper fraction. An improper fraction is not proper, thus the improper. That's the vocabulary word there. So this is when the top is bigger than the bottom. The numerator is bigger than the denominator. The part is bigger than the whole. All right, so let's look at some of these examples. 11/5 is saying that I have 11 cookies, okay? 5 cookies make a pack of cookies. 5 cookies make 1, okay? 1 pack of cookies, but I have 11 cookies. So it's saying that I have more than 1, all right? And it's saying it improperly. Same with 3/2. It's saying that I have 3 cookies. 2 make 1 bag of cookies, so I have more than 1. And again with 21/8, I have 21 cookies, 8 cookies make a pack, so I can make some packs of cookies, right? So I have more than 1 pack of cookies. So that's what an improper fraction is. It doesn't really tell us how many, though, is the whole number, so we don't really use this as much. It's needed for multiplication and division of fractions, but at the same time, it's improper. It's an improper way of looking. It's hard to number this number on a number line. So we have to take this number and we have to turn it into a mixed number. All right, so a mixed number is made up of a whole number and a fraction. So in this one, it says that 2 cookies make a bag of cookies. Okay, so 1 1/2 says that 2 cookies make a bag of cookies. I have 1 whole cookie bag, 1 whole bag of cookies, and I have 1 of a bag. So I need another 1 to make it a whole number. Okay, the next one says 5 cookies make a bag of cookies. I have 3 whole bags of cookies with 3 cookies left over. And the next one says 3 cookies make a bag of cookies. I have 4 bags of cookies with 3 cookies in each bag and 2 cookies left over. That can't make a full bag because I'm missing 1. All right, so these are the parts of a mixed number. I have my whole number, which goes in front of the fraction, and then you have your fraction. The top is always the part, the bottom is always the whole. In an improper fraction, the part is bigger than the whole, okay? So the part is still on top, that's how many I have, and the bottom number is still, the whole is still on the bottom, and that is the amount that makes 1, okay? A whole number. All right, so let's do an example. Right, if I have 65 M&Ms and 10 M&Ms are in a pack of M&Ms, how many packs of M&Ms do I have? Say that 5 times fast, right? Okay, so as an improper fraction, I put all of the part that I have. I have 65 total M&Ms, and that is over what makes 1. So what makes 1 pack of M&Ms is 10 of them, okay? So that's 65 over 10. But as a mixed number, I would say, well, how many packs can I make? If I have 65 M&Ms, I can make 6 packs of M&Ms. So that's my whole number. okay? That would leave me with 5 M&Ms left over 10 that make a whole. Now, if I am talking in context of how many packs of M&Ms I have and I need to know how many make a whole and everything, I would leave it as 6 and 5/10. If I'm just working a math problem, I would reduce that to 6 and 1/2. It matters about the context, whether or not we reduce fractions or not, okay? If I need to know what the whole number is because I might make some more bags of M&Ms down the road, I'm not going to reduce that fraction. So keep that in mind. But if you're doing a math problem, you're always going to want to reduce your fraction. And in those cases, if you don't know how to reduce a fraction, make sure you try out my reducing a fraction video. All right, so that is improper fractions and mixed numbers and proper fractions. Now, let's make a whole number from a mixed, okay? So I have this example. I have 1 1/3, okay? So that means 3 cookies make a bag of cookies. I have 1 bag of cookie and I have 1 left over, okay? So let's ask ourselves a couple questions. First question, how many total cookies do I have? Well, I have 1 bag of cookie that has 3 cookies in it, plus 1 left over. If I count all those up, I have 4 cookies. So if I wanted to write this as an improper fraction, it would be 4/3, okay? In the next little thing, I'm going to do some examples on my XP pen. So you'll actually see me work out how to turn this mixed number into an improper fraction and improper fractions into mixed numbers. But just looking at this, I can tell you that my mixed number is 1 1/3 because they tell me that. And my improper fraction is going to be 4/3 because I have 4 cookies. If I have 1 bag of cookie that has 3 cookies in it and a leftover one, I have 4 cookies over 3. All right, so I have 1 leftover cookie and 3 make a bag. So how many cookies do I need to make this a whole number? Well, if I have 1 cookie and 3 make a bag, I need 2 more cookies. So the fractional value of that would be the part that I need is 2 cookies and the whole amount that makes a bag is 3. So the fraction that I need is 2/3. If I add those together, 1 1/3 plus 2/3, I'm going to get 2. Okay, and if you're not sure how I did that addition, check out my adding and subtracting fractions video. All right, so whenever we're looking at it, it's really nice to know what would make the whole number too. What am I missing? What's the complement of my fraction so that I can get the whole number? All right, because it's very important when you're working with proper, improper, and mixed fractions that you start to realize where they're falling on a number line. Are they less than 1? Are they more than 1? Are they less than 2? Are they more than 2? How many more tick marks on the number line do I have to get to the whole number? Especially when you get into algebra and graphing, this is important. All right, so the next slide is going to be showing you some more examples. Be sure to check that out and check out my other videos. All right, let's do some more examples. Okay, so let's go over some of the mixed and improper fractions that we can do. So let's talk about what is included in a mixed number. Okay, so a mixed number has a whole number part. All right, so this is the whole number. This is the part. Its more technical term is numerator, and this is the whole, and its more technical name would be the denominator. Okay. All right, so let's say I have a bunch of cookies. I have 12 cookies, okay? 12 cookies. And in each pack of cookie, there are 5 cookies in each pack. Okay, so pack 1 would be this one, this one, this one. Oh, I thought that was going to be the same color. Let me go over it with yellow. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So in my first pack, I picked my 5 cookies, so I have 1 pack. Okay, let's pick a different color. In my second pack, I have this one, this one, this one. There's 3. I need 5, so 2 more. So there we go. All right, and then I have 2 left over, and I can't make a whole one with these last 2. Okay, so I can make 2 whole bags of cookies with 2 left over out of 5. So I can do 2/5 of another bag. Okay, because I have 2 and I need 5. So that means to make this a whole bag, this 2/5, I would need to add 3 more, because 2 plus 3 would give me 5/5. Okay, but that's kind of a sidebar. I'm not asking you to do that now. I'm just asking you to build and model your improper fractions. All right, so let's do another one. Let's say I have 73 cookies and 5 make a bag. All right, so I need to figure out how many, this is my part, this is how many make a bag. Now I have to figure out how many whole bags I can make. Okay, so I'm going to divide these 2 together. I can make, 5 goes into 7 1 time, 2 left over, drop my 3, 5 can go into 23 4 times. So I can make 14 bags. Okay, so that's 20, 4 times 5 is 20, remainder of 3. I'm going to have 3 cookies left over. So 3 over 5. Okay. So right now I want you to think about how many cookies do I have to add to that partial bag to make it a full 15 bags of cookies that I make? Well, if you thought about it, you would say I have to add 2 cookies, so I would have to add 2/5 more to make that an even 15. But again, that's a sidebar conversation or skill that you should be getting as you go along, because that helps you understand the difference between a part of a whole, and a whole. Okay, you need to look at fractions as parts of a whole, and then this right here is my whole number. All right, so let's do another one of these. All right, so now I need to know how many times 7 can go into 12. It can't go 2 times because that would be 14. So it's just the 1. And if I subtract these, I'm going to be left with 5. So 1 and 5 over 7. Now I want to think about what, sidebar, what do I have to add to this fractional value to make it a whole? And that would be 2 7s, because 5 plus 2 would give me 7, and 7 makes a bag. Okay? All right. One more of these, and then we'll take it from a different view. So 29 over 3. Okay, so how many times can 3 go into 29? It can't go into the first digit, 2. Okay, so 0 times into the 2. Into the full 29, it can go 9 times, because 9 times 3 is 27. And that is going to leave us with 2 left over. So 9 is my whole number. That's how many whole bags of cookies I can make. 2 cookies are left over, and 3 make a bag. All right, so if I was sidebarring and asking myself how many cookies do I have to add to this to make it a whole 10 bags, it would be 1/3. 1 cookie out of the 3 I need to make the bag. Okay, so now you know how to make that improper fraction into a whole, into a mixed number, and you also see how to make a mixed number into a whole number. What do I have to add to it to make it a whole number? So let's go on to the next skill, which is going backwards. Let's say 4 cookies make a bag of cookies, and I have 2 full bags of cookies and 3 left over, and I want to make this into an improper fraction. Alright, so what I need to do is figure out how many cookies. Well, I have 2 bags of cookies, and in each bag of my cookies I have 4 cookies, because 4 cookies make a bag. Alright, 4 cookies. Plus I have 3 left over that don't make a bag. So I'm going to add up all my cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 cookies, and 4 cookies make a bag. Remember, the bottom of the fraction is always how many make the whole bag of cookies. Okay? Now we got to have a quicker way than that. Someone a lot smarter than me said, well, what if I multiply the whole number times the denominator, and then add in the leftover amount that didn't make a bag, which is my numerator. And I'm going to put here, this is my whole, this is my part. Okay, so let's try that and see if we get the same answer. So my whole number is 2, my denominator is 4, and my numerator is 3. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 is going to give me 11. And I got to put that over the whole amount that makes a bag. So yes, I've got the same answer. Drawing and modeling it is awesome. You should be able to draw and model it in the beginning, but eventually, because math keeps building on itself, we have to find a quicker way of doing things. That way we can do it quicker because we've now added in another step. And all math is finding a quicker way to do things so that we're not spending 5 pieces of paper working out a really hard problem. We learn something, we model it, we learn a quicker way to do it, we move on, and we build a little bit harder. Okay, so model it for a little while, then move on to doing the math. All right, let's do another one of those. Let's do okay, so with this, okay, I'm going to do it both ways. So 8 cookies in each bag, and I have 3 bags of cookies. So this is saying I have 8. So 8 cookies in each bag, and then I have 7 left over. So if I count them, 8, 16, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So I have 31 cookies, and 8 cookies make a bag. Okay? So that's how many whole cookies I had. All right, so now let's do it the fast way. So it's going to be 3 times 8 plus 7. This is 24 plus 7. Okay, so that is going to be 31 over 8. All right, so both ways work. One is just slightly quicker than the other. All right, let's turn one more into an improper fraction. Okay, so this is one bag with 9 cookies in it, and then 5 left over. So I count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 over the whole amount that makes a bag, which is 9. Okay, so now let's do it the math way. So 1 times 9 is 9, plus 5 is 14, and then I got to put it over the 9. All right, so that's how you turn a mixed number into an improper fraction, and that is how we turn an improper fraction into a mixed number. That's what we did first. So watch the video again and again until you feel like you got it. And Did you like today's video? Well, please like and subscribe below. You can also check me out on my other platforms on my website/blog at homeschoolmathmom.com. On there you'll find tons of resources, worksheets, games, things I've created, and step-by-step instructions on how I taught it to my daughter. You can also follow me on Twitter at homeschoolmath1 or like me on Facebook. If you would like me as your own personal teacher for your student, please check me out at outschool.com. I have a myriad of pre-algebra and algebra classes. Thank you for your support.